What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now, here comes all of the FUD claims, right? Exactly what's going to happen, and maybe they have some genuineness behind it, behind what the articles are, behind what the posts are, behind what the statements. Most likely, they're more for XRP not really getting that light. However, still being negative towards XRP and also being able to bring traffic into their article or their website. Because when a person is historically negative towards a certain project, but they want to be all about the hype, they will find a way to push that negativity even more, grasping onto that hype that has, all the positivity, if that makes sense. So in this video, I want to talk about this article here that claims that XRP may fall to $1. This is not FUD. This is just a conversation. And honestly, for me, it's always about getting you guys prepared for what the worst could be, because we've seen what we thought couldn't have happened, right? A lot of people didn't think that Bitcoin would get back down below $20,000, that would be the case, that it would be down to that level. And some people even thought the worst, where it's like it's going to get down to 10,000. I didn't think it was going to get down to 17. I thought the level of 20 was definitely a stronger point, but you still see the things that might happen, right? And if you understand that those things could happen, you could be prepared for those things. Because honestly, if XRP does come down to a level of $1, obviously I would be very bullish on it and continue to dollar cost average in at those points. However, we have a lot to look forward to in 2025 as we see, a new presidency, as we see more of an incentive on, buying crypto and holding crypto, and more use case for crypto, and just so much that leads into crypto being very, very positive, right? So it's not really telling me, hey, this is going to crash down and stay down at these levels. However, we have seen liquidations at all-time highs because there's so much leverage trading that's going on, and you got to make sure you protect yourself with doing that leverage trading. And honestly, when you find the lows of that leverage trading, you can be able to profit so much more. So speaking of that, make sure you guys check out my link down below if you guys want to get involved with leverage trading at all. Just make sure you're careful, because liquidations are a thing. I've been liquidated. Plenty of other people have been liquidated, but I've been able to be profitable in the end because of the fact that I understand when to get out of the play. I understand when to get into the play as well. When we see these low levels, it makes sense. But let's get into XRP. Let's show you where things are. Feel free to check out my link for BTCC down below. You can get a 10% deposit bonus, an extra $10,500 or extra $10,055 per user of extra bonuses, as well as 40% lower trading fees. So feel free to check out that link down below if you guys are interested at all. Now, XRP, where does it currently stand? XRP currently stands at about $2.16. It's down by 2.18%, and we're seeing the volume down to about $11 billion. It's currently at a $123 billion market cap, which is still great, and you're seeing 57.25 billion XRP coins that are out there in the circulating supply. A total supply of 99.98 billion. Now, throughout the last 7 days, we've seen this go from 2.7 $2.07 or $2.70, sorry, all the way down to even a low of below $2. And then now it's sitting at $2.16. It did increase again to $2.38, but then decreased down to $2.16. Now, it's very tough to look at something like this and see all the gains that we've had, or look at it right now and not look at it for what it is currently, rather than looking at what has happened over the last month or so. Because if you look at the last month, it's still up 38%. It's still at from a 1.5 or $1.56 all the way up to a high of about $3. And then even where it's at 2.16, it's still a decent size increase. If we look at the last year, and not even last year, it's like 2 months, we can see that this has gone up 250%. We're at a 50-cent price, and then it goes up to a $3 price level. You have to understand what it is. and what it was. Not only just what's happening right now, not only what have you done for me lately, because just because it's decreasing from a level of $3 down to $2 doesn't mean that that completely negates anything that we've saw from 50 cents up to $2 or $3, right? There's so much that has happened over that short period of time, but now you have newer faces into it and you have a newer fear that can be created because you get up to that point and it sucks to be up at that point. But people that invested at a lower point, it means nothing. This drop really means nothing to them because they understand the long-term capabilities of this. So now that brings into question all of the fear, right, that people have from $3 to $2, people that invested, because in order to get up to that point, people had to buy, right? And when you buy at that level, you're now fearful that it's going to come down to an even lower level. So this is where this comes into play. XRP price may fall to $1 as in 2018. So after a huge surge of almost 500% in recent weeks, the price of XRP, currently the third largest cryptocurrency, seems to be finding a local ceiling, while in line with the performance of the broader cryptocurrency market. There's a possibility that XRP may not stop correcting there and eventually stop or find a stop to the recent downward momentum, much lower than the current level of $2.26, currently at $2.16. In particular, a hint such a development was provided by Bollinger Bands, popular indicator developed by John Bollinger. Consists of a simple moving average with two deviations above and below the scarce line, which together form a range. Currently, XRP's price is right on the upper band, while its median is $1. Now, understanding technical analysis, right? Technical analysis is great. I love technical analysis, but I've noticed in cryptocurrency, a lot of that technical analysis does not hold well. And yes, you can point to something where you're like, oh, well, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. Yeah, all of those things could happen, but what do you believe is going to happen there? So then they say, oh, we believe this is going to happen. However, the possibility of it going down is also that, right? And the possibility of it flattening is also that. No one truly knows what's going to happen because it is a speculative market. When you look at technical analysis on a lot of things, all of it is based on what people will do, right? What people typically do. So when you see a W formation, people see that W formation, people will typically buy at that lower level because of the fact that they know a W formation means that it's going to skyrocket. So as you create those things, that's the reason why it decides to move. If you're saying, oh, it's going to drop down because of this, it creates fear when that does happen. And now it's like, all right, well, we need to get out of this position because it's going to drop down, which in fact creates it dropping down or makes it drop down. All of these patterns are based off of what we have in a consistent market, not in a speculative market. So this is where it's like, it's unknown, very unknown. And that's what I like to factor into my analysis, is that yes, it could happen because they're now creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They're creating that FUD, right? And it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. I have like hair, some sort of hair that's like right on my eye and I can see it. But it's a big deal because when we look at these patterns, the patterns create what the pattern is supposed to be, right? W formation, you'll see it skyrocket. You'll see a bull flag, it creates it skyrocketing because people are like, all right, this is the point, it skyrockets, right? Same thing goes for any other pattern that you do have here, right? Cup and handle, head and shoulders, it doesn't matter what it is. So I know that this is a speculative market. Yes, there is always a chance that it could come back down to $1, but I can tell you what, from a person that invested at 50 cents, a person that also invested at a higher level, and now my average is at $1.22. Will I decide to do anything to get out of that play? No. I know what the long-term outcome of this is. For short term, it may hurt. And if it does hurt me, so be it. I know that it's going to factor out in the end when it's the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I'm not worried about that right now, right? What I'm worried about is seeing my complete vision play out and other people's visions play out as you do invest into that. So am I worried? No. Is it something that's creating fear in me? No. Is it going to create fear in the market? Absolutely, right? Seeing any article or multiple articles saying it could go down to $1 instantly, that creates fear in somebody's hearts, right? Somebody's heart and their friend's heart, and they start to have word of mouth, and then everybody starts selling at those points, and that's fine, right? It creates lower prices for me to leverage trade into the position and get something extra out of it instead of just holding at those levels, which I will be holding, but then also leverage trade on the side. So speaking of that, if you guys are interested in leverage trading, use my link for BTCC down below where you guys can start leverage trading today. Make sure you guys are aware of the risks of leverage trading because you can be liquidated, and this platform doesn't do an isolated leverage. You do a cross leverage, which means that they can dig into whatever you invested. So say you leverage USDT. If you don't create a stop loss, they can dig into whatever else you have in your wallet, and then they will basically create a lower stop loss based on kind of refunding with your own money, your extra money. So make sure you set yourself a stop loss 100% of the time. Never just say, oh, you know what, I don't need one, because anything could happen. We've seen it, right? Bitcoin has gone from a level of 70,000 down to 40, has gone from a level of 65 all the way down to 16, right? We've seen things that have happened, and I want you guys to be prepared for those things. And if it does go down to 16, you now have a better entry point to buy in at one of the lowest levels. But I don't think that's going to happen. Not saying it 100% won't happen, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's like 99% that's most likely not going to happen. Anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Again, also check out all the links down below, and let me know what you think about XRP and getting to $1. Is it possible to get to $1? And if it does, what are you going to do? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.